awkward. Actually, going live yet? Very short process started. Hope everyone's having a good 11th day. Now that I got confirmation, let's get the show on the road. Today is June the 28th, and we will be talking about two things specifically today. One, the number 20, information I bless the world with about what the number of wealth actually means. Second, a real treat. I got someone who is really connected in NBA, calling in under an alias. You're gonna hear some stuff ESPN wouldn't dare put on the air, but that has nothing to do with me because that's just how we do it. Let's get the show on the road. You know, one of the things about numerology, and it changed my life in many ways, but one of the things about numerology is this: it tells you about everything. There's nothing numerology doesn't cover. That's why I always tell my students that we are the experts by default at everything else because we're expert numerologists. Let me give you some examples. The number 5, number of good looks. People born on the 4th, 14th, 23rd are good looking. Don't believe me? Go on your Facebook page. Look up those birthdays of the people born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd. You'll see I'm right. So it explained why some people were attractive and why some people weren't. It also explained why some people were athletic, some people weren't. I always found it very interesting that Michael Jordan born 2/17/1963, adds up to 29, 2 and 9 adds up to 11, had the same exact birthday as Jim Brown, who I consider the best football player of all time, born 2/17/1936. So all you're actually doing, the top two, the NBA and NFL, is just switching the 3 and the 6. That's all you're doing. You're just switching it. Many other 11s too. It's not just that. I remember in 2007, the Cleveland Browns put a restraining order on me because I told them they should draft Adrian Peterson, born 3/20/1995, 11 life path. I knew he would be that damn good. The Browns put a restraining order on that. Tell you a quick story about that situation. You guys are loving it. So about 2007, I get a phone call, and this gentleman says, "My name is Lou Marletti. Do you know who I am?" Oh. Like, look me up. I'll call back in 10 minutes. Never got a phone call like that. Well, Mr. Lou Marletti happened to be the former head of the Secret Service under Bill Clinton. Marletti called back in 10 minutes. And this time I said, "How you doing, sir?" And he basically told me, "What do you want with the Browns?" His new job was head of security for the Browns. He ended up being some kind of vice president. He's been out of there. But like, listen, the Browns don't want to listen to you. I'm like, I know something. And I gave Mr. Marletti a reading, and he was an 11, and he told me I was dead on. He's like, "Listen, you cannot deal with these people or they're scared of you." All right. People are scared of me. That's fine. And what happened was this. I went on the top radio program in Ohio, WTAM, and I started telling the Browns that they should draft Adrian Peterson. I ended up being right. He was one of the best running backs of all time. And what happened? Browns put a restraining order. Right. That was the point where I knew People just don't get it. Just don't get it. And even if you're proven right, it doesn't matter. So again, numerology explained that to me about the 11s. Numerology also told me why some people are rich, some people weren't. See, all the numerologists knew 8 was the number of money. How the Chinese started Olympic Games on 8/8/2008. All Chinese, have auctions to have their license plates and all 8s. They pay insane money to have something like that happen. Yet, no one knew anything about the 28 until I pointed it out. So what I want to do right now, go back in time. So when Gary the Numbers Guy first started making the number 28 famous.
Olympic Games on 8/8/2008 at Numbers Guy. I'm a numerologist, astrologer out of Cleveland, Ohio, and this Olympic Games on 8/8/2008 at exactly 8:08. My name is Gary the Numbers Guy. I'm a numerologist, astrologer out of Cleveland, Ohio, and in this video we will be discussing money and why some people like Bill Gates happen to attract money and why most of us don't. You see, the key to this is the number 28.
Yes, the key is definitely the number 28. And what people have to understand is this is one of the biggest secrets in numerology I release to the public. Now, as my GG33 students know, especially the ones, this isn't the only thing. This isn't the only piece of the puzzle. That's a big part of it. And what I want to do is basically do what other numerologists and astrologers can't. I want to prove with facts. I'm saying, I know that's a really strange, crazy way to do things, especially in 2020, but let's go against the grain and try to get something done. Let's start. Rolex, the most expensive watch. That 28. No, not all of them are 28s, but the key is the commercials, the billboards. If you see those, guess what, folks? Those are the ones Rolex spends money on in advertising. Ones that have the 28 in it. So companies are actually using this to get ahead. Because 28 is the number of wealth. They know it. Next, Anna Nicole Smith. Some of you might be a little bit too young to remember her, but people who are in their 30s and 40s like me, oh, we remember her very well. See, she is a whore. And this woman, who's basically a gold digger, she married a 90-year-old billionaire at the time. 90 years old. I'm sure she did it out of love. But she's born on the 28th. So again, Anna Nicole Smith married a 90-year-old billionaire. Here's the thing about people born on the 28th. Like Bill Gates and a few others. If you're born on the 28th, you have a golden ticket in life when it comes to money. You have a golden ticket. Some of the richest people I've given readings to, their kids are born on the 28th. They didn't have C-sections on purpose, like some people that have their kids born on the 28th. Just worked out that way. Now, there's obviously millions of people in the world, and there is obviously not all people born on the 28th are rich. That is true. I will not debate that. But what I will tell you is this. People born on the 28th, whenever they need money, somehow it comes to them. Whether it be a lottery ticket that I know someone hit for $10K, born on the 28th, that one made me upset. Not like $10K is a lot of money, but the fact that this dude just buys a scratch off for 20 bucks and hits it for 10K because he's born on the 28th. That one pissed me off. But what you have to understand is this. People born on the 28th, whenever they need money, will come to them. Maybe a relative dies and they get inheritance. Maybe they find 10,000 in the coat pocket. Maybe they get a bonus come in. Somehow, some way, it's coming. And as someone born on the 28th, whether they're rich or not, and in most cases, they're going to have more money than most. But as someone born on the 28th, whenever you need money, does it come to you? Every single one of them. They probably think it's dumb luck. That's how numerology works. The richest men in the world. Now again, there's a lot of hidden codes here. The one I'm talking about right now is the 28. And Jeff Bezos is not born on the 28th, nor is he a 28 life path. Yet Jeff Bezos' wife, Mackenzie, or ex-wife, Mackenzie, was a 28. And she had a lot to do with Mr. Bezos' success. And so did the CIA, but for another day. If you marry someone who's born on the 28th, that's going to help you out financially as well. And that's what I just pointed out. Now, when it comes to Bill Gates, number 2 on this list, he's born on the 28th. He's the one who's consistently here. He's consistently here. He's always here. Consistently. And what you have to understand is this. People born on the 28th will always be on the richest list. For God's sake, the capital B is 28. I'll give you an example. 26 letters in the English language. Yet if you do capitals after, capital A is 27, capital B is. That's why they call them billionaires, people. The third guy on this list is born on the 28th. So we have 2 of the top 3 richest people in the world born on the 28th. The biggest self-made women in the world. Susan, I forgot her name. Susan, the CFO of Facebook. She's born on the 28th. Jessica Alba, worth $1 billion, born on the 28th. So again, a lot of the self-made women are born on the 28th as well. LeBron James, soon to be the richest athlete in the world, born 12/30/1984. Guessed it, adds up to 28. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs started a company called Apple. Apple was founded April 1st, 1976. Adds up to 28. The richest company in the world. And what you have to understand is it doesn't end there. Steve Jobs is born 2/24/1955. 28 again. Must be a coincidence. I know that's the word. Or what is it? Predictive programming, or whatever these people say out there. Listen, when is enough enough? Jack, the guy who started Twitter. Jack moved Twitter from 140 characters to 280. Wonder why. Jack said he's giving 28% of his wealth up. I wonder why. They're using it in plain sight, people. Yet this same son of a bitch will keep suspending me. Using the information I put out, will keep suspending me. We'll be to see you soon, my friend. The most valuable sports franchise in the world. The Dallas Cowboys. In Texas. The 28th state. And if you look right here, the Cowboys came into existence on the 28th. Have I proven my case, Your Honor? Have I proven my case? Or is this still coincidence? Because if you think this is a coincidence, you're a freaking mental midget. Nothing else to say about it. 28 is the number of wealth. And what you have to understand is this. When it comes down to numerology, it will not only tell you who's smart, it will not only tell you who's going to be good looking, it's not only going to tell you who's a danger, who's a friend, tell you who's wealthy. That is exactly what I just showed people right here. I'm not going to sing and dance for you. I'm not going to do any of that bullshit. There's plenty of other clowns you can go to for that. With me, you don't come to for theorisms. This isn't a theory anymore, folks. This is plain fact. 28 is the number of wealth. So, how do you benefit off this? To start a company on the 20. Obviously, it worked for Apple, or in a 28 day. You can do a lot of stuff with this. Put a 28 in your logo. Just like Rolex does. We have shown you the proof, people. We have shown you the proof. Now it's up to you. Now, this information is so strong. There are other numerologists and astrologers who are copying and pasting it from me and GG33 and making it seem like they had the brains to figure it out. That's not how this works. When it comes to all original new information within numerology and astrology, posted in the past 15 to 10 years, it comes from one source, me. That's not being cocky, that is being God for honest truth. Or from my students in GG33 who are in it for me. That's how this stuff works. So again, Dallas Cowboys founded on the 28th, richest franchise in the world. Apple, richest company in the world. Bill Gates always seems to be there, and we talked about billionaire capital. It's all there, folks. So if you want to be a skeptic, may God forgive your ignorance, because I won't. Catchy phrase. Anyways, we had our fun, and now it is time to bring on our guest, the NBA insider who I really can't reveal his real name. Get started.
Hello.
How we doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, my guy. How we doing?
Okay. Obviously, we have to cover our voices. You're live on the air right now, so I can't have you say anything that we would in our usual conversation, my dude, if you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Tell us a little bit about what you have actually been around in the NBA without naming names.
Oh man, I've been around some of the best teams. I've been around some of the biggest stars and franchises, and I've seen it all, my man.
Let me ask you a few questions that most people would even know to ask. One of the biggest questions I get in today is these players in today's NBA couldn't play in the NBA of Michael Jordan. they keep saying Steph Curry or a guy, basically shooters. They're saying they're
Yeah.
soft and they couldn't make it in yesterday's NBA. What would you say about something like that? You've been around these guys.
Well, the game is different from today. Now, you got to remember, Michael Jordan averaged 30, and you could put two hands on him and ride him anywhere he wanted to go. That's two hands from a grown man pushing another grown man. Today, you can't even get next to a defender or an offensive player, and they'll call a foul. So it was a little different. Now, Michael Jordan averaged 30 when you got to hit people, you got to fight people, and then stay in the game. Today, it's so soft, they kind of take away the physicality of the game. And we used to call the NBA "No Boys Allowed." We can't say that anymore. It's all boys in the game today. That's literally what we used to call it. It used to be "No Boys Allowed." And the difference between today's game, you can't. There's no tough guys. There's no fighters. There's no, you know what I mean? It's different, very different.
What would Michael Jordan have done in today's league? He was putting up 30 points back then. What would he have done in today's league?
He probably averaged 35 for almost 40 points because he was so physically gifted and athletic that the guy today, and he had a different mentality. He's a mean motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, he was mean. Like if you look back at his highlights, look how many times he dunked on centers, power forwards, and all the guys. I mean, it was ridiculous. Guys don't do that today. They scared because they scared they're gonna get it blocked or whatever. Michael didn't give a damn. He didn't care what it was. And the rules are different. You can't touch players. Now, imagine if Michael Jordan, physical as he was, and drove the basket, how many free throws he shoot a game. That's what James Harden shoot about 14 free throws. Mike would shoot about 20, 22 legit free throws, not the fake, legit.
So James Harden was just named the best one-on-one player of all time. What do you have to say about that?
No, he's not the best one-on-one player of all time. That's a ridiculous statement. That the rules are different. You can't call somebody a one-on-one player when you can't touch the damn player. These guys that scored back in the day, they used to get manhandled and still scored 30. James, a lot of his calls are the touch fouls, the fake reach through, and they call shoot the ball, they call foul, some bullshit. It's weak as hell now. James is a bad motherfucker, don't get me wrong, but he ain't the best scorer ever, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's also a choke artist, but that's a story for another day. Anyways, yeah, I know you want to say something else, brother. I'll stop you right there.
No, you got it.
Let's, I remember the first time I talked to you and I told you that, what Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had in common was their numerology. Michael Jordan born 2/17/1963, Kobe Bryant born 8/23/1978. They're both 11s, and they both had that killer instinct. They, if they had you down, they were trying to put your foot, excuse the expression, they want to put your, their knee on your neck. They basically want to destroy you. Now, let's get into something a little bit more interesting. Kyrie Irving just wanted to start his own basketball league. He actually went on the phone with about 100 other NBA players and told them, "Hey, listen, there ain't nothing but 20 players in the NBA that make any real money, and I'm one of them. We need to go do our own thing." I actually asked a couple NBA owners about this, and one of them said, "I want to see him do it. I think it'll be hilarious." Do NBA players take Kyrie Irving seriously?
Now, I'm gonna tell you like this: Kyrie's a bad motherfucker, man. He is one of the baddest I've ever seen. Now, the problem with him is, like you said, he's an 11 life pass, so you never know what that motherfucker gonna say or bring up. You know what I mean? He's so all over the place, it's ridiculous. But guys in the NBA are getting a little annoyed with little man. He's just off the cuff with doing shit. Always saying some shit on TV that they ain't need to be saying, and shit like starting your own league. Like, bro, really? You really gonna try and do that? It's a great gesture and all that, but come on now, we know damn well that shit ain't gonna be like it's supposed to be.
The only person that Kyrie was actually really close to in the NBA was Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
I find that
Kobe Big
interesting.
Bryant.
I find that interesting because Kobe, Kyrie both start with K, which is the 11th letter, and they're both 11
Mm-hmm.
life paths. So the bond makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. But
Oh yeah, immediately.
tell us a little bit about what Kobe started doing with Kyrie after the Cavs won the NBA title in 2016.
Oh shit, man. Now listen, those. Now you got to know Kobe. You got to know Kobe, man. Kobe's an art of war type of kid, man. He gets friends closer, and enemies closer, man. He wanted them to do, and I'm not saying he didn't love Kyrie. He loved Kyrie now because they had their history in the Olympics and all that stuff, and they've been together, built a little bond now. So what Kobe did is the talk. Kobe always got mad. I don't know if people peeped this out, but he got mad when people talk about the debate between Jordan and LeBron. Kobe like, well, hell, what about me, motherfucker? I got 5 rings. I got 5 rings. Shit, I got 2 Finals MVPs on my own without Shaq, and I've been the coldest motherfucker there ever. And so he get mad about that. So he said, oh, okay. So what can he do? You take the young fella that helped LeBron win the championship, hit the biggest shot in NBA, one of the biggest shots in NBA history, to lead a 3-1 comeback.
That made me a lot of money that day.
Yes, I'm sure it did. I don't know too many people that put their money like you did on that damn 3-1. That's the craziest shit I ever seen. I ain't never. You put all that money double down.
Hey, remember I told you 216. You're telling me 3-1. It's over. I'm like, not yet.
No, you actually doubled down. You doubled down. I ain't never seen nothing like that. That's doubling down.
Brother, if I was wrong about that one, my career was over because I was on TV and I said the Cavs would come back too. So that was the end of me if that one didn't hit. Yeah. So I knew that would hit. I was that confident.
Right. But now you know what that meant.
Yeah, well, they're coming after me hard right now, brother. You know that. Anyways,
they are. So now you got the Cleveland winning. That's LeBron's 3rd championship. Now he won it in Cleveland, so that's 3 for him. Now Kobe got 5. So now with Kyrie being with LeBron, they got a chance to win a lot more. Golden State didn't want to see the Cleveland Cavaliers when they had Kyrie, because Kyrie was one of the people that they could not stop. I don't give a damn who you put on him. You can contain him a little bit, but he's a cold dude. So what that does is you take Kyrie and his mentor being Kobe Bryant, what he gonna do? He gonna tell him to do what? Same thing he did with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm gonna get Shaq up out of there so I can have my own team. So he told Kyrie that you're never gonna be your own man till you have your own team. So what that do? That's he started thinking and listening to Kobe. So he loved Kobe. So he gonna listen to him. So then he started the bullshit, trying to get up out of there, and then he got shipped off. So now what did that do? That lessened the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were never the same again. And that almost made sure LeBron wasn't gonna win no more championships.
No. That 2018 Cavs finals team was a shell of the 2017 and 2016 team because then they have Kyrie there. So just so the audience understands what was going on. And again, we're not bad mouthing Kobe. We're saying this is the art of war. God bless his heart and everything like that. Bless his family and everything. This has nothing to do with that. What we're trying to show you is Kobe used his relationship with Kyrie to get in Kyrie's ear to make sure he wanted his own team. And Kobe might have done that for a lot of reasons, but what I'm speculating is he did it to make sure LeBron would never catch him. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's basically, you want to make sure you keep that boy away from me. You know what I mean? He want to be in that conversation with Michael Jordan. He don't want LeBron in that conversation. He never wanted that. Because he literally thought he was better than Michael Jordan. There's no doubt in his mind. He thought he was better than Mike. He really did.
Oh, God. He probably had better handles. I'll give him that.
He definitely got better handle. He got better handle. Other than that, you can't be the best player. And I love Kobe. Don't get me wrong. That's my man. You can't be the best player when you're a carbon copy. Carbon copies ain't better than the original. You know what I mean? So you gotta look at that there. And Mike was a mean motherfucker, man. Mean. So, Kobe didn't get that kind of love Mike got. People weren't really scared of him like they was Mike. I saw people fear Mike in their eyes.
Yeah,
grown ass men.
I know. Once Scottie Pippen said something like, whenever he came in the gym and he saw Michael Jordan was laughing and joking with the other team, he knew it was over because Michael Jordan is he's a psychologist. He'll go up to you, and he knows these people idolize him. So he goes up to the other team, he talks to them, befriends them, and then the game starts, and this guy starts running his mouth and destroying you, and you're like, "Well, what the hell? We were just friends." So Scotty's like, whenever I saw that, it was pretty much over.
That's how it was, man.
You know, and now I remember you brought up Shaq, and you know, there's a lot of things that came out about Shaquille O'Neal. He's been with 6 different teams. He's won his, shares championships. He was probably the most dominant player in the NBA for at least 2-3 years. Yeah, there's a lot of different rumors about why he left Orlando. Because I mean, let's face it, Penny Hardaway was, established back then, and people don't know what the hell Kobe was. So, what is one of the things that you heard as someone who's connected with all these people about why Shaq left, and something the media would probably never talk about?
Well, shit, man. I got one story that I heard when I was at the gym one day, man. One of the craziest shit that I ever heard, man. And I just couldn't believe it, man. But it sounds about right because that's how, Shaq was. Shaq, they lived in Orlando and they had the little lake there that everybody lived on, a little lake that Tiger Woods and everybody stayed on. So Shaq and them had a house over there. And, Shaq went to mess with Penny one night. And now, this is not I didn't see this now. I've heard this. Somebody told me this. I didn't want to believe it. So he goes, dresses up in camo gear and dark and wanted to go over there and scare Penny. And then he goes up to the lake, sneaks up, and looks in his window, and he saw Penny in some compromising positions, if you know what I'm saying. And he said he said Shaq was so pissed and couldn't believe what he was saying. He broke out. And he said nothing. He ended up signing with the Lakers, man. And I said, don't be telling me no shit like that. But he said, man, I swear for God, that's what I heard. That's the story I heard.
So again, just to paraphrase you a little bit, just so Shaq, was living around the same place as Penny, and they would go to each other's house. They lived that close, and Shaq went over one day, and he found Penny in a compromising position. And right after that happened, he said, "F this, I'm signing with the Lakers."
He got up out of there. Everybody said it was the money. It was just, and Orlando could have gave him some damn money. Orlando could have gave him some money. So, and it ain't no jealousy thing. And, they say this and that, but it could be. But I tell you what, that story sounds pretty damn close because Shaq is always a jokester, if you know Shaq. Y'all messing around. So he does shit like that.
For some reason, Mr. Tiger, I don't think we're ever gonna hear this on ESPN. What about you?
You never gonna hear that. You ain't never gonna hear that. That's something that did. And there's a lot of those grapevine stories that where there's smoke, there's fire. So you hear all kinds of crazy stuff. But
and tell us a little bit about the NBA culture. I mean, these guys are it's not like it was back in the day when Michael and Isaiah were playing each other and they generally hated each other. These guys are all buddy now, aren't they?
Yeah, no, man. These guys all work out together. We want to kick it over here. We pick the ball together. We want to play on the same team. You want to have. I saw somebody that had KD, Devin Booker, and fucking Bradley Beal on the same damn team in a pickup game. What the fuck you want to play with him for? And I'd rather play against him. I don't want to play with your ass. Get your ass up out of here. They don't. In these pickup games, they friendly and. I ain't seen a fight in 10 years in the pickup game. And back in the day, it was a fight every second possession, especially on game point. It was just different, man. They just don't compete. They just I don't know how to say it. They're just soft. They're just soft to the day.
Charmin, brother. Charmin.
Yeah, they soft, man. They soft, man.
Let me ask you this. How many actual leaders are in the NBA? Because these guys. You know what I'm saying? You're actually you've watched these guys, come out of college, and you've actually groomed some of these guys. tell me some guys in the NBA who are alphas. I mean, we know Russell Westbrook's the alpha, stuff like that. But tell us who the alphas are in the NBA. The ones who are actually, not soft.
Well, y'all know Kawhi alpha. He a damn alpha.
Oh yeah.
He a leader. I'm gonna tell you who a secret alpha that don't nobody really know about is Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is a tough little motherfucker. He an alpha for real.
You just like Tigers. You just like Tigers, man.
No, I ain't think nothing about that. I forgot all about that. But he an alpha for real. He a leader. Baby Brown, one of the best leaders there is. But he ain't. People just gravitate to him. And he know how to run shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's been doing that for a long time. And that's as far as leaders, like that's gonna do that. And there ain't too many of them, man. That's the only ones I can think off the top of my head. That's gonna lead. Others lead by example. Others lead by working hard. But as far as taking that shit and be like, yo, motherfucker, this is what we gonna do. Ain't too many of them. Ain't too many Gary Paytons. Ain't too many MJs. Ain't too many Larrys, Magics. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many of them coming around.
Let's go to a different subject because. Obviously the black man dominates the NBA. If you're gonna have affirmative action, in the NBA, just so you can have a couple white guys on the team. My question is this: who's the baddest white dude who ever played this game?
That's not even a close question. That's Larry Bird, man. He the coldest dude that ever laced him up as a white boy, and he was different, man. And he a lot bigger than people think, man. That's a big white boy. Like he's big and strong. And shit. Like you ever walk him on Larry Bird and see how when you stand next to him, you'll see. Like, he's a big man. You know what I mean? Like people don't realize how big he was.
But strong too. Explain something to me, because I look at film of Larry Bird and I watched him play. I know how good he was. I looked at film of this guy and he wasn't quick. It's not like he was stronger than some of these other guys. What exactly did he do that made him so good?
Now that's where you're wrong. Now, Larry's stronger than a motherfucker. He don't look like it. Remember, he's country. He's from Indiana, so them country boys strong as shit. They move that hay, they move, they plow shit. Them tough. He's tough white boy. So he's stronger than a lot of people think. Big ass hands too. So now Larry was deceptive. He was very deceptive. He was smarter than everybody else. He was smart. He knew to play 3 plays ahead before everybody else even knew what the hell was going on. So he was thinking the game before everybody else even reacted. You know what I mean? So and people don't know this too. I mean, if you watch the documentary, he'll tell you. But he used to go play with the brothers when he was young. He didn't play against the white boys. He'd go find the black people to play against. Because he knew, and he knew if he could play against them, he could play against anybody.
I heard one time Larry was playing the Pistons or something, and I believe the coach put in a white guy to guard Larry, and he went up to the coach and he said, "You put that white dude on me? What are you, crazy?"
Mm-hmm.
And
no, he got.
So let's.
He got insulted. If
yeah.
You put a white boy on. He got insulted. He get mad at you and look at it like kill that.
Tell me the all white boy team.
So you can go here. So you can say John Stockton is the point guard.
Oh, over Mark Price.
See, that's debatable because John Stockton was more of a winner. You know what I mean? Then Mark was a bad motherfucker now. Mark Price he'd be a max player in today's game. Mark Price would be a max player, and the world would love Mark Price in today's game. So he was tough, but as far as winning and what you get out of a point guard, that's John Stockton as a white boy. He was tough as shit. So you got him at the 1, and I take Jerry West at the 2. Jerry West at the 2 for the white boys. Larry Joe Bird at the 3. Kevin McHale probably at the 4. And then at the 5, it's kind of tough. You get Jack Sikma. You can get some guys like that, that was tough. What's the other guy? George Mikan.
Yeah, okay. You're talking about some scrubs now.
Nah, George Mikan was not, man. What you talking about, man? That big, white boy was big, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I got you.
White boy was big.
I got you. You might as well bring up Andrew Bogut if you're going to name those guys.
Bogut not from the U.S. though. He's an Australian kid.
Who the hell says anything about the U.S., man? We're talking about,
you talking about all time?
Yeah, man.
Just white boys in general.
Yeah, white boys in general.
Well, hell, shit. Well, yeah, shit. You're going to put Dirk Nowitzki at the 4, and then you put Sabonis at the 5. Now, beat us Sabonis.
How lucky was Mark Cuban that he got Dirk Nowitzki?
You know, I'm still mad at Mark Cuban because he fucked up a lot of championships for Dirk. You know, he motherfucking traded Steve Nash. I wanted to kick his ass when he did that shit. You know, you trade Steve Nash, you had Dirk struggling for years, man. But Dirk, he's lucky he got Dirk. Boy, saved his damn legacy.
Well, Dirk is born 1978, a horse year. Mark is born 1958, a dog year. You know, horses and dogs are best friends in Chinese astrology. So, you know, it is what it is. Sure. It is what it is. Before I let you go, brother, and I appreciate you doing this, covering your voice and all this good stuff. You sound real country. You had some grits today, brother.
Now, you know, I had my biscuits and eggs this morning. You know what I'm saying? So I felt good today.
You know, the funny thing, now that you brought that up, Amazon, they had their June 19th day, so it was like a day off, and the black organizers decided it was a good idea to give everyone a free coupon to go down and get some chicken and waffles on June 19th, and then they started calling racist. So even though a black guy organized that thing.
So that's about right there. That's about as funny as hell right there. You're gonna be the black man fight for your freedom on Juneteenth, and then go get some chicken and waffles. Oh, okay, that's funny right there. That's funny.
It is funny. You know the world we live in, brother. You know the world we live in. I'm not gonna ask you any politics because I know that shit will get you in trouble, and some asshole will record your voice, and he will find out who you are, and then you know how that goes, brother. So we're not gonna go that route, but tell us one thing before you go about LeBron.
What you mind about LeBron?
Does it seem like LeBron sometimes maybe wants to cover the spread more than he actually wants to win?
You know, it's hard to talk about that, but I tell you what, I done seen some crazy shit, and I said, what the fuck is going on? And I watched him play. I said, I'll never forget this, man. I saw him throw. I think it was against the Spurs. It was the year they lost. I think they lost to the Spurs. I think we went back to went back to Cleveland. And he came and threw a laser pass going against his body to Mike Miller in the opposite corner on the dime. And then a play or two later, he came down, went to drive, and threw a BS pass that made sure it got stolen. It was the craziest shit I ever seen. It's like, you know, you seen what's that movie called? Space Jam. When the guys were hit by the monsters and they didn't know what the hell they were doing. It looked like one of those. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. And also, I know he knows a play. He knows every team's play before they do. So he can intercept certain passes that most people wouldn't know. I remember I saw him one time, knew the play was coming, had to steal, but he pulled his hand back so the ball got through instead of stealing it. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing I ever seen.
The Cavs can only win by so many points that day. That's all that was. Anyways, brother. I appreciate you doing this. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you covering up your voice. And you know, a lot of people don't know this, but you're one of the few people who know more capital B's than I do.
Oh, I know a lot of them bitches. I know a lot of them. Capital B's.
Capital B's, brother. All right,
yes,
brother.
Yes, sir. All right, now be safe now.
I'll talk to you later on, bro.
All right, later.
Okay. I know 5 NBA owners personally. None of them will come on this show. I know a lot of NBA players. They will not come on this show. Because if they do, their sponsorships could get pulled. I had one NBA owner tell me specifically that I won't mention any names, but yeah, it's just not going to work. Listen, I understand the position. Being associated with someone like me, fruit terrorist, get you in trouble. My boy right there, who was just on the phone, he's been around the top people in the NBA, the absolute top people. LeBron knows who that guy is. Everyone in the NBA knows who that guy is. He had to cover his voice to do this, and he couldn't tell me 5% of what he can tell me off the phone. But he did drop some big bombshells because I think enough time has passed. Can't get in trouble for, said about Shaq and Penny. Basically confirmed that Shaquille O'Neal, during the offseason that he signed with the Lakers, went over Penny's house, caught him in a compromising position. And again, Shaq ain't scared of no girls. And he signed with the Lakers right afterwards. He also told you that Kobe, Kyrie's ear, telling him to part ways with LeBron, and that might have been very selfishly just because Kobe never wanted LeBron to catch up with him. So again, two scoops that you wouldn't hear anywhere else. And again, number 28. This will be the last podcast this month. I hope you enjoyed podcast 3. And as always, remember, wrong take from the week. Wise. Peace.